Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniches and welcome back to Spooktober Day 6. Um, in this episode, we will talk about the Blair Witch Project. So, yeah, it's the movie basically. Um, this is the sixth day of Spooktober. The first thing that I want to do was, the thing that I planned for today was discussing about June 6th, 2006. So basically, it's something that happened in June 6, 2006. Uh, if you turn that into number, it will be 666, right? So the sixth episode will be things that happened in 666, right? But the thing is that I googled this, and I didn't find anything basically like anything um, that appear to be stuff that is happening on 666 or on June 6, 2006. So yeah. However, I actually found something which is um it appears that people actually believe that 6 June 6, 2006 will be the end of the day, and like basic an apocalypse events, right? But because of the 666, and therefore like the reveal of a satanic something creature, right? That ends the life on Earth. But we're already at 2022, so that's already 16 years ago, right? So yeah, I guess that got debunked. um there's also something else which I forgot to mention, which I forgot what was it again. So at 666, um like I didn't actually find anything. So yeah, I guess there's that, like something paranormal activity or something like that. Didn't actually find, so therefore I scrapped that plan, and therefore I just think about something horror, and it will be this, the Blair Witch Project, which is the movie, right? And this is actually one of the movies that I love of all time, just because how terrifying it is. Like it can actually happen in real life, right? Um, Especially here in my country where there is just so many various like various tribes and stuff like that. And there is also lots of forest that is very far away, very secluded from the urban, and from the civilization, and things like this can actually happen, right? Like people doing ritual in the middle of the woods and something like that. It's actually common here anyway. So yeah, seeing this the Blair Witch Project, I guess I can actually kind of relate to this, right? Although the Blair Witch projects like the ghost or something like that, um, it is because of like someone murdered a lot of child, right, in the woods, right? So they kidnapped all these children, and then this person brought it to the woods, right? I don't know if this story is true or not, but I guess it's still a story, right? So this man brought the children into the woods, and then there's a cabin, right? Basically his cabin in the woods, and then they locked the children in the basement, I believe, and then they kind of like tortured them, right? And then they ordered all of them to face the walls, while he called the children one by one, and then killed them, right? One by one, and then all the other children that's basically waiting in turn, they are ordered to face the wall so that they didn't um, see the killing happening, right? And everyone, basically every children eventually died. And then actually I'm not sure what happened with the man. I think the end of the story, he got arrested, I believe, or either that or the man actually killed himself. I'm not entirely sure, but I think, uh, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened to the man in the end. But all this killing, children killing, it's horrifying, right? If you think about it. And there's also, I guess, in this movie there's some kind of ritual as well, right? Like maybe the man did that for ritual. Who knows, right? um, well, maybe it's already been explained in the story, but I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it's possible that the man actually did all of those for ritual, um, but it can also because of the man is has like a mental disorder or something like that, right? Like being a psycho or something like that. Um, so yeah, I guess this movie revolved around the the guy becoming doing ritual, I guess, because we will see a lot of what is it again? What is it like uh what is it like a pile of woods that got structured into some kind of I don't know what it means, like a totem basically. I don't know, it's not a totem, but it looks like, you know um it's like something like totem. I don't know, I'm not sure what it called again in English. Oh god, effigy or something like that, I think, right? So yeah, anyway, let's actually discuss about the movie. So the plot, okay, Heather, Mike, and Josh. So Heather is the girl, right? And then Mike and Josh is basically they are all friends, I think. um, and they are students, right? Like they want to produce documentary over here about Blair Witch. So it's about the witch, right? In the wood, basically. Travel to Burkittsville, Maryland, interview residents about the legend. Yeah, this one's also shown in the movie, and um, I think what happened was that it was actually a real interview with the residents, uh, and they didn't know that they were actually being recorded or filmed. I'm not entirely sure. I read that somewhere, right? Like about people's comments about this movie. I also remember some other people like saying that it's all scripted still. But the thing is that um, I think they didn't know about that because there is something actually in the post production where they had to censor all the information in the background, like a lot of poster, and then the posters had a phone number, right? And then the phone number actually got connected. It was actually someone else's phone numbers, right? Therefore it caused a problem, I think. And then they kinda like issuing this, therefore they had to censor all of those, like blur all the stuff. I'm not sure if this is still scripted or not, but it seems like it's all real. At least the interview with the residents anyway. Okay. So yeah, the children hiked to Coffin Rock, where five men were found ritualistically murdered in the 19th century. Their bodies later disappeared. Yeah. Uh, Upon return to the tent, they find their possessions have been rifled through, and Josh's equipment is covered with slime. So this is something that they don't know what happened, right? Um, I guess this is like some kind of animals, probably like animals like bears or something like that. But I'm not entirely sure as well. Um, they again hear Josh's agonized cries and follow them to an abandoned house containing demonic symbols and children's bloody handprints on the walls. Yeah, this is the story about the children, right? Bloody handprints on the wall. I guess because they were told to face the wall, might as well tell them to um, put their hands on the walls as well, right? So yeah, I guess that's what happened as well. Um, Trying to find Josh, they go to the basement where an unseen force attacks Mike, causing him to drop his camera. Heather enters the basement screaming, and her camera captures Mike standing in the corner facing the wall. Heather calls out to him, but he doesn't react. The unseen force attacks Heather, causing her to drop the camera, and the footage ends. So, I guess the story was about um, Josh, right? So he was possessed and in the cabin, right? Where the other two kind of wanted to find him, right? So I think they actually go to the second floor. Um, no, I think this one, yeah, this one is in the basement first. Um, so they both go to the basement. They found nothing, right? But there's actually like this one, an unseen force, uh, and then she go up, I guess, or no, or still in the basement as well. I kind of actually forgot about the movie. But yeah, the end part of the movie actually was filmed in the cabin, right? So this is like the what is it, like the climax stuff, right? This is like your casual paranormal activity, I guess, where everyone dies. One of them possessed, the other two dies, and then the camera is still on, right? And then I guess because of the battery, then it stops recording, right? Production. Okay. So yeah, it's actually quite interesting movie, and then I also believe that the film theory, the film theories channel, I think the MadPat actually made theory about this like recently, a little bit of 1 year ago, I believe. Um, like explaining, I guess, like his theory that Josh and Mike were actually all in working together, right, to get rid of Heather. But I'm not entirely sure if that's the thing. But yeah, he actually theorized about that. So um, when they go to the basement and then Mike got attacked, we never actually saw Mike ever again. Like we actually never saw him at all, right? And then Josh as well. Um, he stood at the corner, right? Maybe the one that's attacking Heather was actually Mike, and then Josh was actually never got possessed, right? So that's at least I think his theory about that. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure though. Production, I guess there's this as well. Filming, yeah. Post production, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Post production. Is it actually there is a problem about the movie as well? Uh, I'm not entirely sure. No, it's not. It's not actually mentioned over here. So yeah, I guess. But I'm not entirely sure though. I feel like there's actually a problem where they actually talk with the resident, and then in the movie, like there's a lot of private information kinda, like phone number and stuff like that, and they got in trouble, right? And then they had to blur that. I'm not entirely sure though. Marketing. Missing person poster showing Heather, Joshua, and Michael. Okay, so this is the campaign for the movie, right? Yeah, it's actually quite it's very horror, it's very scary, just because the reason is that they are in the middle of the wood, right, out of civilization, and then to make things worse they found a cabin, right, a cabin, I mean, and then things starts to go wrong, right, like the day becomes shorter, the night becomes longer, and then there's like a storm as well, I believe, like raining and stuff like that. So yeah, it's actually kind of spooky and scary. So what happened if I'm actually in this what happened if I actually in this situation, what am I going to do, right? I guess the things that the make sense is to go find the river. I believe there's actually some kind of creek or river in these woods as well. So in nature, like in survival stuff, when I was in the survival, like some kind of student organization, like about survival, and survival activities and something like that, we actually told that following river is not a bad idea if you got lost, right? Because river always flows from the high ground to the lower ground, right? And it will end up somewhere either in the bigger river, or at least it will lead you out of the wood, right? Maybe like a waterfall or something like that, and then eventually going out of the wood, right? But the thing is that since all of this can be something that something happening that cannot be explained, therefore, what if the river actually form a circle, right? So you follow the river, but the river loops back to itself, right? Like in some kind of mystical, I don't know, like mystical things that you cannot explain, right? What if that happens, right? um, so that's still a thing, right? That's like out of your control, right? But I mean, realistically speaking, following river is not a bad idea because you will eventually end up somewhere, right? So yeah, at least there's that. The other thing as well is that what if the woods is actually very wide? uh, so here in my country anyway, woods are woods are sometimes very wide, but the thing is that if it's compared to the woods in the US or Canada, um, their woods actually more wider, right? More large, like very wide area, right? Therefore, um, it might not be the best idea to follow river because you you can actually end up like dying of starvation before actually completing the river, right, or the creek. So at least there is that, right? Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a very like wide area just because the US and the Canada is actually very a very big country, right? There's a lot of stuff in Russia as well, right? Like like Russia and then China probably, like they are very big country, right? Therefore, something can actually happen, right? Like not something can actually happen. I mean, wide widespread like wide woods can actually exist, right? So yeah, maybe that's not the best idea, but it's still great idea though. You have source of water at least, right? And then maybe if you're lucky you will find some fish in the creek as well. So yeah, anyway, I guess this one is very great. Oh yeah, there is the sequel as well. Not really sequel, I think. It's more like the Blair Witch, right? Yeah, this one. Surprise trailer at 2016, and I guess the movie is actually um this one's new, right? April 18, it was announced a new installment of the Blair Witch Project was being developed at Lionsgate. Oh, actually interested to seeing how this goes. Um, but yeah, there's actually another Blair Witch movie as well. Um, it's not shown over here, so yeah, I guess there's that. The Blair Witch basically, I think it's either in 2017 or 18. 2018 was the game, I think. The Blair Witch game, I think there's a game called Blair Witch. It's actually a very good game. I watched it in Markiplier's channel, and it's actually very terrifying, right? Because of the guy actually had problem as well, right, in the past, and it kind of haunted him while in the wood, right? So it's basically like his redemption, right? and in the end I think the character dies. So yeah, spoiler alert. Like I think the character died, but you can actually make his dog survive, like the guard dog, I think. Like yeah, the dog will actually survive and actually go out of wood, I think, because someone found him. Or you can also make the dog like accompany you, I think, but then it means the dog will also die, right, because of starvation and something like that. But anyway, I think that will be it for today's episode, or today's discussion of day 6 of Spooktober. Interesting movie, just because the fact that this is a found footage movie, right? And I already told this in the past as well. When we actually discussed about the movie Paranormal Activity that happened, like I'm not sure, like 70 episodes ago, or actually I think like 90 episodes ago, right? So it's been a while, right? Like 3 months ago, right? Where we actually discuss about Paranormal Activity, and I said that um, found footage movie genre is actually one of the horror subgenre of horror genre that I actually love, just because um, how it could be realistic, right? How the audience were actually being inside that situation, right? Like it feels like the audience are actually experiencing it, right? Because of all the found footage, right? It seems like we are actually holding the camera, right? And that's the point, right? And then watching footage as well, right? So yeah, which is why I love it, because of the realistic part of the character holding camera and record everything, and then like stuff started to happen, right? But yeah, anyway, I guess that'll be it for today's discussion. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you again tomorrow in the seventh day of Spooktober. So yeah, it will be a week already in the Spooktober, and we still have 3 more weeks. So yeah, until then, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again very very soon, and see ya.